So, and one more thing about that, to prevent that kind of tantrum that's as a result of lack of attention, really be careful taking attention away from your children, and then you won't have that question. So if you think, okay, we played together and then we had lunch, and now I'm going to make soup for dinner, and you play by yourself, ask, don't dictate it. So a true leader is not a dictator. So if you say to the child, even at 3 years old or younger, if you say, we played together to get it to their consciousness that they got a lot of attention, or some anyway, and we ate, and how would you like now to be next to me in the kitchen playing with your blocks while I get dinner going? And if he says right away, no, don't do it, because he's not ready. Or you can ask it in an even more free, empowering way. Would you like to play by yourself while I make this yummy soup that you like? Or would you like us to read a couple of books again before I do that? And if he says, I'd like to read a couple of books, read a couple of books. Don't make dinner today at all. I always say child comes first. So, if we meet their needs, I would say if you're reading books for 3 hours, you'll be able to make the soup. Especially if you do it without getting up to the phone a lot and talking about what you need to do today, or even internally being anxious about all these things that you have to do. So, be generous while you're being with the child, be with the child. And if you want to produce something and ask them to, or forbid them, or they need attention, that you actually ask and figure out that they actually can handle it. And then let them handle it only as long as they can. So let's say they said, sure, I'd love to play with my blocks or play with the dough of whatever you are baking from, or help you in the kitchen right next to you while you do the soup. And let's say 5-10 minutes later, they don't. Then be ready to stop. That tells you, it doesn't have to be with words. Oh, so he can be by himself now for 10 minutes, not for half an hour. And most young ones cannot do it for very long. And when they say, yes, I can do that, they mean for as long as I'm interested in my blocks or my dough or my Play-Doh or my crayons or whatever it is they're doing. So be attentive and be willing to drop the dinner, turn off the fire if it's something that could burn, because if you're engaged with your child, you'll forget that there is food on the fire. So I don't recommend to leave things to cook by themselves unless it's one of those big pots with lots of water, slow cooker, and you'll be in the kitchen anyway before there is any problem.